Hi, welcome back. Let's do a get ready with me with a bunch of makeup that I kind of forgot existed. I haven't tried in a really long time, and then a whole bunch of really new stuff. Makeup's all kind of new to me. So the foundation that we're going to go with today is the MILANI Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. I have like, look at that. It's so thick. I haven't had this for very long. Like maybe it's been in my, drawer for maybe 6 months. I put a whole bunch of it in here because I just didn't like the application of it, and I haven't used it for a really long time. And I don't even know, now that I've tried so many like really great foundations, I don't know if I'm even gonna like this one at all, like seeing like that, So I'm gonna pull it out of this though. Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna give it its best chance possible and put on the CALIRAY primer, which I adore. And I'm gonna put this Lumi Lotion under it because I've been really liking this lately. I have a brand new eyeshadow palette by Bobbi Brown. Well, it's probably not brand new. It's brand new to me. It said new on the shopper's website, but I don't know how new it is. I have a LISE Watche, it's like a summer edition bronzer that I haven't talked about at all, and I got a lot of bronzers at once, and I tried this a couple of times and really liked it, and then I haven't used it again, so we'll see if this not summer skin can handle it. But like most exciting, because I really haven't tried these yet, I got this set of Kosas blushes on the, the Sephora has their gift sets, and I haven't tried the Kosas blushes. I have swatched these a couple of times. I've put them on my face a couple of times, but over top of creams and whatnot. So I really, I don't know how I feel about these yet. So I'm gonna let them shine on their own today and see how it goes. And I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Fawn contour stick, which is like a lovely color, so we're gonna give that a go as well. So let's jump in. I'm gonna start with the CALIRAY. So this is blurring. This is why it's my all-time favorite. It's really, yes, I want my primer to make everything last, yes, but blur is my #1 priority with the primer, and this does that. And it's nice to use, and it's not sticky. Sticky isn't my favorite consistency in a primer. I don't know why. Probably because I use a brush more than a sponge. Today, I'm gonna try to use both, I think, with this guy. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just gonna go over that with a little bit of the Gloomy Lotion. So just, just a smidge. Because it looks really thick, and I'm going to assume mattifying since it's like older, and that was the look for a while there. Oh, it comes with a pump, and I didn't like it first couple of times, and I hate to waste my money, so I'm really I really gave it a go to like it. So since it's called Conceal, foundation and concealer, I put it in a concealer bottle because I thought, oh, that will help me like it. So we're gonna put it on like that. It's so thick. Wow, it is. It's really thick, and it smells like paint. Like nobody talks about this, and there's probably a really good reason why. But there are just so many like hits in the Milani line. I need to try it, and I need to try it again. Okay. It dries really fast, full coverage. Wow. I'm just gonna sponge it out. Yeah, that's really matte. Okay, but I'm not complaining. That's pretty nice. Holy, it dries fast. have a, it's good, it's gonna be good to see how it covers this red spot right here. I might even be using like far more than was intended because it's just so darn thick. I'm using an iPhone to film, so it catches every imperfection. So I am not seeing all of these sunspots, all that melasma in the mirror like I am in the camera, but that's good. It's good to know. It is so matte. So matte. Should I build it? It's dangerous. If you have used this in the past or loved it or hated it, please let me know in the comments. People talk about Milani blushes, mascara, lip oils. Nobody talks about this. And it could just be a case of been there, done that. We've all moved on. Okay, so it is thicker. I can't, like, it's so matte here that it kind of highlights my fine lines, but we're gonna go over that with a sponge. You guys, I'm not mad, it's just it's so matte. I want to add the gloomy lotion to it before I put it on. Let's just actually try to conceal that baby. So it's a perfect day for me to try this because it's like 4 in the afternoon. I won't be wearing it for very long. I'm only going to see family this afternoon, so they don't care what I look like. And so it's really like a fun play with makeup day. I can try the things I don't really remember or see if I can make myself like things that I'm not using right now, because it's painful to spend your money on something and not like it. You can't really return it. And like, it's pretty good. Okay, well, we'll see how this wears. Even in 20 minutes when all the makeup is on. I'm like, I should be wearing a lot of glowy products to go with this because I love a glow. I'm not like a matte girl at all, but I have dry skin. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna see how that goes for us. I've been using 2 under eye brighteners, and I kind of been mixing them a little bit. E.L.F. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener, like this. I like, it's almost gone. And I just got this Becca Smashbox eye brightener in the shade Fairlight. So we're gonna give that a go. I've been liking mixing the 2 together because I find that the Becca Smashbox eye brightener is a little drier. It's thicker and has more coverage, and I really like that about it. But if I mix in the E.L.F., which is a little balmier, I like how easy it is to work with. Just a little bit better. And like I should tell you that the E.L.F. is $5.99 and the Smashbox is like $42, and it shouldn't need any help. But I do find that it does for me. So that's the E.L.F. again. A little bit of Smashbox. Yeah, like that. Clearly got more in that eye. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw on top a concealer that I haven't used in a really long time. So I haven't used the NARS or the HUDA in a really long time, so I thought I'd do one on each eye just to remind myself. Once I discovered that Haus Labs is the best, I really haven't turned back, but I have these practically full concealers, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the HUDA Full Filter Concealer, and people really like these, which is why I bought them. They had they came with great accolades, but I just didn't like them. Like, I love the Haus Labs. So, ooh, that is a really big doe foot, and you get a whole lot of product. And then this is just a little doe foot, a little more control. Oh, I like that a little bit better, just application wise. So the HUDA is, or the Haus Labs is my favorite because it doesn't crease. It creases the least. It's quite moisturizing, and I just yeah, so yeah, it's thicker too. So this is much thinner. See how it kind of just went everywhere, which is fine. So this is the HUDA on this side. Yeah, and it works. I'm just gonna clean the brush off a little. And maybe it needed to sit for a few minutes to thicken up. Oh, and the NARS is, yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, so side by side, the NARS, I like the NARS a lot better. They're not dry yet, nor have they been set, but it's much more blurring of the texture under my eyes, like much more blurring of the texture under my eyes than the HUDA is. But yeah, they're both still wet, so I'll give it a second and we'll set them. We'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna put some of the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base on. And for brows, I've got new stuff. I got the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is rather new to me. I've been trying it out, the $1 Billion Brows Universal Brow Pencil in Universal Brown. So I'm just quickly do my brows. So my favorite brow pencil is the Rare Beauty, and it's all done. The Soft Brow Harmony, I think it's called, in the shade Blonde. And I've used it all up. It's all gone. And if I had it right now, that's what I'd be using. So I haven't bought it again because I keep not trying new things because I love it so much. So see, I'm really trying to fill in this. I kind of have a gap in my brows. At some point I've just overplucked. Okay. Are they the same? No. Are they close enough? Almost, right? Almost. And then let's use this Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I do like to thicken up my brows with a clear gel up here, or any gel really, right at the top. So we'll see how long that holds them up. Okay, so let's go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour. So this is not a first impressions. I do really like this. I really like the size of it. Like it's quite narrow. It's quite a small little stick. And like, it just, look at that. Look at it, blends so well. Yeah, it's like a really good color, just like a nice shadow. It's hard to find one that's not too gray, and I find that this one really does it. So that's the shade. Yeah, so it blends well, and I really like the color. I like the delivery system, and the packaging feels luxe. So that's a full-on win. I really like that. Again, not a new product, and not one that anybody's talking about, at least recently. So it's all new to me. I like it. I really like it. Okay, so let's set. I really want to give this like a really good chance. So I'm not going to use a new setting powder. I'm going to use the original Givenchy that we all know and love. Because that's a lot of base products that are brand new, right? So, okay, like a couple base products that are brand new. So we'll see. I'm gonna just powder with a brush first, just to like gently get in there. I don't know if this foundation even needs to be powdered. It's so matte, and it's set like it feels self-setting. Yeah. So I'm not gonna those concealers probably need it. Yeah. So yeah, I can see why I haven't been using these concealers. They're not helping with the texture at all. They're fine. They're fine. I might end up using them like foundations to finish them up. Yeah, that's just not my favorite. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I used this in the summer a couple of times, but I got so many new bronzers this summer that I forget how this looks. I do know it was like so perfect with like a tanned, almost sunburnt face. Yeah, that's just, it pulls in a red like that. There's red in there, like a pink. There's just a little bit, but it really lovely for a fair skin tone. It pulls almost red, so it's almost like a bit of a sunburn. Yeah, that's really pretty. It looks like actual natural touched by the sun. Ugh, this is called Havana Baked Bronzing Powder by LISE, which is a Canadian brand. Can you get this in the States? Can you get this in Europe? Australia? Like, who's using this? I like her stuff. I haven't tried a whole lot of it, but I sure like this. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm just so tan now. Okay, I overdid it just a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, win, absolute win. That's so beautiful. I will be pulling that out again more. Like, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I got a whole lot of bronzers at once. Okay, let's try these Kosas blushes. So as far as like colors go, oh, I should have swatched. Let me just swatch this for you, shall I? There's that bronzer. It's got a lovely sheen to it, and all of those like the lighter particles in there, that's a sheen. Well, not all of them. There's just some gold in there. It's very pretty. So you can see there's gold and cream and pink and then different browns. It's really, really beautiful. It feels luxe, and it like really blends out quite easily. Yeah, and it's got a sheen to it. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, let's try these Kosas blushes. So in the set, got Blissed, Butterflies, and Euphoria. So this is Euphoria. Much more pink than I expected it to be. Like much brighter than I expected it to be, because Butterflies is almost a cool pink. And then Blissed, which feels like is in the cards for me today. There's Blissed. They're all different enough to be put in a set. They're all quite pretty. And I think I'm gonna mix. I'm going to ignore this one today. It's a little like it doesn't really go with my with my shirt. So yeah, let's do Blissed and Euphoria and see how they like each other. Just got a cool blush brush, and we're starting with Blissed. If we talk about the packaging, it's just so stinking adorable. It doesn't feel cheap. It is plastic, but it's quite thick. Yeah, it's really fun packaging. I really like it. And I love a mini, so I'm not upset that I don't have a full blush here. Because, I mean, we rarely go through a whole blush, right? Oh my, that is such a soft, pretty color. All right. I love that. It's just a little light flush. Oh, it's so pretty. Just, I'll use it everywhere. That's so pretty. So on top of this very matte foundation, it still has a luminosity, which I really like. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. And let's pull in Euphoria. I'm just going to use that up here a little bit. Maybe I should have vice versa that, since this is a little brighter, but here we are. I'll just pull it all together. Okay, I'm sorry, I should have done one cheek at a time, 2 different colors. But there's a mix, a custom shade mix. Again, those are beautiful. So they're not patchy. They go on very easily. They're so buildable. I mean, I just built up a lot. I just put so much color on my face. This is a damp sponge, barely damp. I'm just trying to blend the product together with the edges. Oh, I'm just like really not happy with this concealer. Yeah, well, now I know. Okay. The rest, very pretty. Yeah, it's like already creased under my eyes. Darn. Well, These are very popular, but I'm going to assume not on mature skin. Not with somebody with, not for somebody with textures or fine lines under your eyes. I'm not liking either. I don't like either side, you guys. These are not for me. I will try them. Like, I'm going to use them up, so I'll probably try them as like concealer foundations, just as I'm using this foundation today, you know. Yeah. Okay. So, try to get over it. We are going to use a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow. So this, come on, you guys, look at how pretty that is. So I'm going to admit that I full on fell in love with like this color, which is like pretty much everything I want in an eyeshadow. Just quickly swatch these for you. So there we are. So they're really light, right? Like the dark ones are dark and the light ones like barely show up on my tanned arm. And that's how I feel about them on my eyes as well. So what I bought it for, like what I really loved in the picture was this matte and this shimmer, but this shimmer is so powdery. So this one here, it's so powdery that it doesn't go on, I don't know, it's not as nice. Like everything else is really quite creamy. I feel like the one shadow that I really love about this palette is it's like a bit mildly dud, but I use it and it make it work and I like it, but you can see, sorry, it's hard. You can see like that cream went on quite lovely. It's not a cream, but it feels more creamy. And then that one, like I really worked at trying to get it to show up. Yeah, like even the white matte is really quite nice. So, and it could be because it's so close to my skin color, but it really is so powdery, that one. But I'll show you what they all look like and you can see for yourself. So I'm just gonna start with this. That's a matte, that's a matte, that's a matte, that's matte, and these are all metallic shadows, but they're not the same formula. This one is more powdery, and then these ones are delicious, creamy greatness. Maybe this one will surprise me today. So yeah, I'm going in with this Antique Rose. So this is a beautiful color. I do love, like this palette doesn't get muddy. These colors all work really well together. And usually I set this primer with the powder, but today I just want to see how it feels without that. Yeah, that's a beautiful matte. And then if I just want to make things a little darker, just gonna go in with this guy, this other matte in my outer corner. And these just look dark, and it's generally something I would try to avoid just a little bit, but they go on so nicely. So I'm finding that when they're not highly pigmented, I'm happier. It's just a little bit easier for me. A highly pigmented shadow just kind of shows my failings. And it's just a little more high pressure to get it right. And then I'm just gonna grab a brush with nothing on it, just to help blend that all out. Now we're gonna go in with this color here. I'm taking a denser brush. This is a Jessup brush. Yeah, I do have to admit that this is as close to my skin color as you get, so it's kind of like, well, what are you looking for there? Because it's not, doesn't really show up. But then when I go in with this guy here, that is Pink Quartz, just shines. So with all my complaining about one shade, I love this palette. I have never been unhappy with the finished look. It's so pretty. Okay, and I've just got a Jessup brush. Just going back into that darker brown color. I'm gonna mix that brown in with that first nice pink matte. So I'm gonna mix this one and this one. And with when I added that pretty pink quartz color, I've really taken away much of the depth I had built up in the outside corner, so I'm just going to put some of it back in there. Generally speaking, I can't help myself. I like the shiny stuff all over. So there is like kick up. There's no like fallout from any of the shadows on my face. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna go, I think this is an old Quo brush. I'm just gonna go in with that beautiful white cream here. I do wish every palette had this color in it. Yeah, and then to clean it up, I'm just, it's a little like imperfect around the edges. In my Hourglass palette, this is an older one, but the one I've been using a lot, I'm just grabbing the Diffuse Light powder and just, it's so beautiful for just making all edges diffused. And I already have the foundation on, so I do need to clean up those edges, and I'm going to use concealer to do that. I'm going to use the NARS just to clean up the edge there. You can just almost see the cat up there, but no. Okay. There we go. Okay, still like feel like I need a little, going back in with that pink quartz color, just going in the center. Yeah, because it's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna do some eyeliner and mascara and I'll be back. Okay, I've done eyeliner, and I have been venturing out in the mascara world. So I have this Tartelette XL tubing mascara. I have a little sample of it, and I like it. It's a little bit more work than the CALIRAY because it kind of clumps the lashes a little bit more, but it really lengthens and it lasts all day. I've really been liking it. It's a tubing mascara, if I didn't say. Yeah, now if I go too far, it starts to really clump, but now you can see the difference between the two sides. It's good. I like it. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't flake. Yeah. And we'll see, but that's probably as far as I'll go, because then my lashes all start to stick together. It's like kind of a wet mascara. And then just on my lower lashes, I'm going to use the E.L.F lash extender, just because it's the easiest for the lower lashes. My least likely chance of wrecking my makeup right there. All because of this wonderful brush that it comes with. It's so fine. So the eyeshadow I love. I love it. I love it a lot. I have been reaching for it for at least a full week now. You can get a couple of looks out of it. So a very pinky look, like a goldy look, a much more subdued brown look. The metallics are delicious with that one exception. And I just don't know what happened. I will get over it, because the rest of the palette is really quite lovely, like just really lovely. And I mean, it looks like fun in a package. I really, really like the packaging. Yeah, it's so pretty. It's like a fabric. So yes to that. That feels like a win for me. It was pricey. It was $94 on the Shoppers website, but it came with the Bobbi Brown mascara, which I tried just once. I've tried it one time and it smudged, and generally that's it. It's the only chance it gets, but I'll give it a couple more chances to see how it wears. Yeah, and I think that's all this came with. It might have come with a black eyeliner as well, which isn't my style. I'm not a black eyeliner girl. I do like this Estee Lauder. I've been using this a bunch. It's in the shade Cocoa. Estee Lauder Double Wear 24-hour waterproof gel eye pencil. And I've just been using it in my waterline, which is very new for me. And it doesn't last all day. Like, I'm sure the claims are true if you put it on top of your eyes, you know, but I've just been using it in the upper waterline. And it is pretty. Yeah, but I don't think it lasts all day. Like, it's not there at the end of the day. And the end of the day is 12 hours later. I should check maybe at the 3-hour mark, the 4-hour mark, and see at which point I lose it. But I haven't done that. This is a new trial for me. I haven't figured out quite how to do it without getting it on my lower lashes, but I'll get there. Okay, so let's just assess this situation. I'm really liking the blushes. I do think I need Chanel Dragé. I'm gonna just throw some Chanel over top of this drugstore foundation because it's just way too matte for me. This is just the most beautiful balm, and it doesn't pull up the makeup underneath. I feel like it's the most natural looking highlighter I can possibly use. And I do feel like I need a balmy texture as opposed to like another powder highlighter. Well, another powder period. Yeah, so you can see how, you can see the concealer kind of gives me a little eye lift. It's a little too obvious though, so I'm going back in just with what's already on the brush. Yeah. I kind of feel like I need a whole lot of this, but I won't do that. And I do also have a finishing spray. This is the iconic London finishing spray in the wrong bottle. So please don't pay attention to the CALIRAY bottle it's in. I just really like the sprayer on here, but I did put the iconic London in here. It has like a highlighter effect to it. And it smells divine. And I do just feel like I need the glow. And then I'll just add a little. Again, listen, I really switch the bottles. This isn't Lise Watche. This is the E.L.F. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. It's a really, really fine mist in the E.L.F. bottle, and that drives me bonkers. It just takes too long. It's still a fine mist in here, but I get a little bit more product, so I like it better. Okay, well, we'll see how that wears. I'm just gonna go in with the ever popular Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. So this really lasts. I really do love this lip liner. I do wish it was in a retractable, but I think I'm the only one who wants that. This is the Milk Makeup. I got this in a set. Lip and cheek in the color Work. So we didn't put it on our cheeks today, but let's try it. Oh, it's dry. Oh, that's dry. Okay. I'm gonna say more cheeks, but it might last a long time. I'm not even gonna put a gloss on top of it because I'd love to see how long that lasts because it's so dry. That's really nice though. I really like the color. Yeah, it's really pretty. And then I am a little bright, so I'm just gonna go, it's just a little more fun. The Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Fair. Just get a couple of, I mean, I did spray very glowy setting spray on my face, so let's just mattify where I should be mattified. Okay, that's a look for the day. Goodness, I just like really dislike these concealers. I don't like them. The blush is really lovely, like it's just really lovely and quite natural. Like I could build it up just a little bit. It already, after spraying, it already feels like it's just blended into my skin so well. I didn't add to this brush. I'm just using what's already on here. Yeah, I'm really, I really like this blush, so I will be using it more. It's really pretty. This is the foundation brush. Just make that line a little nicer. Yeah. So we'll see how this wears and how I like this foundation. Like so far it's not like settling into fine lines, which is usually the first trigger for me. So the saving graces for me are the eyeshadow palette, which I've really been liking. I really like the blush. I really like the blush. And this, oh. I hope you can get this where you are, wherever you are. That is a beautiful bronzer. It's just such a natural, it's kind of sunburned kind of look. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm going to fully admit that that is more summertime, but I mean, I could use the color, right? So, because I'm so pasty in the winter. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see how this wears. And thank you so much for joining me on this mix, this crazy mix of random products. Yeah, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Hi, we have reached the 6-hour mark, which is much longer than I intended to wear this makeup today. But I stayed up late, and I'm really very pleasantly surprised at how much I like this foundation. I really thought that after, you know, I fell in love with like the Fenty foundation sticks and the Dior foundation stick and House Labs, Estee Lauder Double Wear. Like, I tried this foundation before all of those, and I thought that after all this time I'd put it on and be like, absolutely not. But I like it. I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna wear it to work tomorrow and give it the good 12-hour test. The Kosas blush has not lasted very well. So, I mean, that could be the foundation for all I know. So I could try a different blush tomorrow or put some cream under the Kosas. The eyeshadow's looking great. So Bobbi Brown, go. It's really good. I'm really loving that eyeshadow palette. I've probably used it more than a lot recently. So yeah, I'm really liking it. And the NARS Radiant Concealer and the Huda Full Filter Concealer made me less mad for the rest of the day. So it's okay. It's really doing okay. So it's not terrible. I'm not saying it's horrible, but I do like the House Labs better. And then this mascara, so the Tartelette XL tubing mascara, it's okay as well. I don't think I like it more than the CALIRAY, which is my favorite, but I should wear them side by side before I make that statement confidently. But yeah, and I mean, the bronzer's still there. The bronzer looks great, the Lise Watche bronzer. So, and that might be what we're seeing on my cheeks more than the Kosas, but I mean, the Kosas is mostly here, so there's still some there. So yeah, I think the shining star, like the underdog of this one, is that foundation. I can't wait to try it again and see how I like it, because, you know, I had to take it out of the packaging and put it in a concealer tube just to like it, because the application was so awkward because it was so thick with just a pump. But that did it, I think, and it's really nice. So, and it smells like paint, but there we are. We hit the 12-hour mark, and it's all looking pretty okay. The foundation, the MILANI, is really impressing me. At 12 hours, the foundation looks really great. I have no complaints. No complaints. I'm shocked. I'm shocked and amazed. What a great little drugstore foundation. I get why nobody's, you know, talking about it. It's thick and goopy, and I'm like, I tried to shake it up and it's still like, it's thick and goopy, and it smells like paint, and it lasts all day. So I'm gonna wear it all week. Yeah, I'm really happy with the 12-hour wear, and like a really great 12-hour wear. It's wearing better than some high-end foundations that I have. So yes, win on the MILANI 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. Who knew? Okay, so everything else, let's just talk about like final thoughts on these things. So this was the Tarte XL tubing mascara, and this is the CALIRAY, and I am much happier with the CALIRAY at the end of 12 hours. These like look a little spider leggy and these look a little bit fuller. It might be because I could put another layer on these ones, and I couldn't put another layer on these because they were clinging together, so kind of got an unfair advantage. It's very possible. Yeah, and I'm not, like, I mean, it's been 12 hours. I can't be mad at how good the Tarte XL looks. I just like the CALIRAY just like a little bit better, but I'll continue to wear the Tarte XL because yeah, that still looks great. The eyeshadow still on. 12 hours later, it doesn't look as fresh as it did at the beginning of the day. Like, I put a lot of that like really light color in the middle and close to the front, and I mean, you can't see it at all, but it's like it's all mixed in together, probably with my oils, and I'm not mad with how it looks. It still looks pretty good. And my cheeks are mildly pink. Like there's still a little bit left on there, just a little bit. There's still a little bit left, but my face still looks like contoured. I don't look like pale or anything. So probably the foundation, but also putting cream underneath the Kosas, because there's like a little more Kosas, I don't know how to say it. I hear it like both ways, and yeah, let's call it Kosas here. We've got like more of that pink up here, and then on my cheeks it's less, but it's still there. It's still a little bit, still like a smidge. It looks more like the bronzer there, but it's been 12 hours, so like what do I expect? It still looks like I have makeup, and I would still walk out in the world in this and be perfectly fine with the way I look. So yeah, it's a pretty good wear makeup wise. My brows don't look great. Okay, so that's both the 24-hour brow setter and the $1 billion beauty pencil. It's okay, but yeah, it's kind of come off a little bit. So yeah, that's how this all wore today. I'll keep updating you as I wear it more. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.